I'm Ben.
I'm Ron.
I'm Chris.
I'm Jason. And this is Hometown Has-Beens. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Hometown Has-Beens, episode 23. Thanks for sticking with us. Remember that we've still got the Candy Parks t-shirts available through the end of October. All the proceeds will go to Candy, the local legend. Also, we've got long sleeve merch, hoodies, stuff like that. We also threw out a new design on the website. You should be seeing it around. So let's get to it. So on the last episode, we talked about conspiracy theories. I forgot to mention a theory I have that is kind of relevant right now. Well, at this point, it'll be a couple weeks past, but, you know, back-to-back hurricanes hitting. I think the job of meteorologist was invented, which I guess all of them have to be, but I think it was made up by people who wanted to be newscasters, whatever you call it. Yeah, people who wanted to be on the news.
Yeah,
but maybe some of them weren't. You know, they weren't that good at
other stuff.
Reading a
teleprompter.
Yeah,
You're struggling through this.
Stuff.
You're struggling.
I'm kind of just putting it together as we talk.
Yeah, I like it.
But that's what I think. I think these people wanted to be lead news anchors, but they knew they weren't good enough. So they said, "I'll study weather," which I could do on a daily basis by looking outside, and we're going to make a job out of it. And what we'll do is we'll tell people what weather may or may not be coming in the future based on what we see today in the sky.
So, I think there's different qualities of meteorologists. I think they're like, and it depends on what we're talking about. Like if there's a tornado warning and my boy Glenn Burns is like, your house is about your house is about to get blown away. Like I trust Glenn. Like
Ken Cook and Gills will shout out.
Yeah.
But I think the problem I have is there are two people on this earth that can consistently be really bad at their job and stay employed, and that is sports officials and meteorologists. You get things wrong on a regular basis and stay employed. Now, I understand there's an official shortage. I'm not trying to like hurt any feelings. I'm talking more about like pros. Like
in all fairness, though,
I'm not talking about high school.
Say that to an official.
Probably. So
it's no secret that you get two good ones and one that's like
yeah, like
I think even they know that.
I have like informed many officials that they're getting paid to be here and they need to earn them. But like that's the things I say when I'm upset in a sports environment or not. But the whole thing is like I'm talking more about like professionals. Okay, so you get like an Angel Hernandez in MLB. You know, like you're terrible at your job all the time.
But you're still getting paid.
So meteorologists, these dudes tell me all the time, like, hey, man, it ain't going to rain. And then I plan something that I'm excited about for a week. Yeah. And then it freaking rains. Like, that makes me so mad. Because, like, how can you, like, if you don't know, like, oh, yeah, it's just an educated guess, then say that. Don't act like you know the future.
Right.
Don't be so arrogant, acting like you know the future.
Are you saying, like, they should say, like, there's a probability? Like,
well, I think.
Just say there's a chance.
I think that they. Yeah.
Every day should be the same. There's a chance.
I'm going to be completely honest. I think it was more accurate when we were kids. Like you would tune into the Weather Channel and put on like local on the 8s.
Yeah.
And it would come up and be like, it's going, and generally I feel like that was right. Now they've gotten more, they're like, we can tell you 15 days. I'm like, brother, you don't know what it's going to do tomorrow. What do you mean 15 days?
Also,
that's funny.
Weathermen stayed a long time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like Glenn Burns.
Like now there's turnover.
Like you knew who they were.
Yeah, like this guy, he may show up at an event that
I
Ryan doesn't want to go to.
guarantee you my wife knows who every person is. She loves the Weather Channel. Really? I bet she's watching it right now. She's a crazy, like she's always been that way. She loves the Weather Channel. It's nuts.
Anna's the same way,
that's awesome.
which kind of the segues into something that we'll do in a few minutes.
I wasn't even trying to do that, by the way.
No, same. No, it's But like you said, like how many times do you have to mess up as a meteorologist to say? Well, and also, why did they hide the fact that the whole 60% chance of rain doesn't mean that there's a 60% chance of rain? It means that 60% of the area is getting rain.
Well, that's not true, though. That's not true.
That's fake news.
Yeah, it's a combination.
That's fake news.
Of the area and the atmosphere. It's a combination.
So, but that's dumb to me.
Yeah. I agree.
No, like a 50% chance of rain should mean like it's a toss
Or just call it what it is, because when you say 50% chance of rain, that implies you have 50-50 shot. You're going to see
right.
rain.
Exactly.
Well, and my thing too is they're always so like dramatic, or like the theatrics of it, like like when they're reporting on a hurricane.
Oh no,
And
dude.
and they're like standing
Yes.
there and they're like acting like they're getting blown sideways, and then
Yeah.
some redneck without a shirt on like walks behind them
Dude.
like and like looks at the camera and just like waves and like
Yeah,
it's
this-
Dude,
terrible.
I've posted about this thing twice. The last Helene and this hurricane. What's this one called? Milton. So both times, all right. So the first one, dude is out there, like they are such hypocrites. Like you're a hypocrite if you're a weatherman.
yeah.
Do not leave
Because
your house.
You're
I'm
like,
out
this
here.
is catastrophic. This is so terrible. Come
But-
over here and look at this storm surge. It's right here. I'm 5 feet from it. Hey,
and then he
find
says-
higher ground.
And then he says, we're safe because we're going to go to this school building in
Yeah.
2 minutes if it gets out of hand.
Yeah.
But y'all leave everything you own. Go to
Yeah.
Georgia.
And they're surprised when crap happens. Like I was watching a dude the other night. He's like, there's debris flying everywhere. And then on the thing, it was like, so you hear like a bang. And he's like, Jesus, what was that? I'm like, it's the debris.
have y'all seen
Like
this
you
guy?
just told us about it.
Have y'all seen this guy in Milton? Like we're recording this right now. Like Hurricane Milton's going on. It made landfall last night. Have y'all
Yeah.
seen the guy they're calling Lieutenant Dan?
Yeah, I've seen
No,
it. He's
I ain't
hiding in the
seen
boat.
He's a
like,
dude that's in a sailboat that like they tried to like get him to leave, and he's like, "No, man, I'm not leaving." He's been arrested 14 times. But this guy,
I think he sells CDs on the street.
Does he have legs?
yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But anyways, they call if you look up
Lieutenant
Lieutenant
Dan.
I don't know if he made it or not. I haven't checked this morning. But
It's an ongoing story.
Apparently, he Lieutenant
died?
Dan. No, I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
We'll look it up later. But he tried to write. He was trying to write it out like it's not a big sailboat, dude.
No,
And-
it's
I
not.
want to watch Forrest Gump right now.
All right, you know how like I test my manliness by trying to tackle Forrest? This dude's like, nah, we gonna find out today.
We gonna see who's up.
Bring it on, Milton.
I saw a video on Instagram. I was
I'm gonna
gonna
whoop
send
you,
y'all
Milton.
yesterday. I forgot. It was like a guy, and the girl was like, "What is he thinking about?" He's probably thinking about other girls. And then it goes to the guy, and he's like, "I think I could take a bear." You know, he's like, not like a grizzly, but like a black bear. I sneak up behind it and choke it out. You know,
they listen. That person listens to this
Dude,
podcast.
you said that like you were talking about how the meteorologist was like surprised. I was like, Jesus,
yeah.
Dude, I wrote this down as I was watching the weather during Helene, and and this is the like not the field reporter, but he was like, it's just bad news bears out there. So then I thought,
awesome.
how much does that guy make?
yeah.
Okay.
You mean to tell me you couldn't have said something better than
Something
it's
better.
bad news bears?
Yeah, dude.
You used the word
That's pretty good.
catastrophic,
What does
like
that
you were
even
saying earlier.
mean?
You're like,
I feel bad
it's
for
just-
some of those guys though, because they're out there for a long time
But
talking.
this
They're
guy was
choosing
not.
to be Chris.
He was
No,
in the
I'm
office.
saying they're on air for 4 or 5 hours.
This guy was in the office, and I swear to you, he said "bad news bears" 3 times in 5 minutes.
Like-
That was his.
and
thing
I
he
was like,
gonna say.
"You need to stop."
Like no one thinks. This is my whole point. Like you can just set a camera up and show everything,
And then just play by
and then
play.
leave.
Just
and
do
then
a
talk. You
play-by-play.
can do the color
Yeah,
somewhere
do
else.
a
No, but it's
play-by-play.
more exciting when the camera guy's wiping the camera off
I
every 5
guess
seconds.
this one dude yesterday. It was so funny. He had a hat on, and the winds were starting to blow or whatever. He's like, "Oh, almost lost my hat." So he put his hand on his hat, and and then his hat flies off, right? And it goes. He takes 3 steps, starting to chase it. I'm dying. Like I'm like, this dude is on national. And so his hat flies off, but it lands in a puddle. And he's like, well, I guess it'll just stay in that puddle for a little while. And then he was constantly fixing his hair like he was self-conscious. Dude, you're in 50-mile-an-hour winds. Your hair is going to look stupid. Like, just deal with it, man. Like, what are we doing?
How much do they get paid to be field reporters, you think?
That's gotta be a
Dude,
pretty fun job.
Probably like, I'd say 85.
Because I'm saying I'll do it for less.
You think more?
I think more.
I-
If you're
I'll-
on TV,
I'll do it for less.
Oh, yeah, dude.
You send people from our area.
Yeah.
they do it for the experience.
They do it for nothing.
They
ain't
do it
nobody
on
watching.
now. Yeah, no.
So-
recording
Ain't
Facebook
nobody,
things.
ain't nobody watching, guys.
So one,
There's out there.
Lieutenant Dan survived, in case you might know.
Hey,
Dang.
But
What a guy.
but would you guys talking about like that kind of stuff? If you had the opportunity, would you go like storm chasing, like for a tornado?
absolutely.
100%.
One time, yeah,
Absolutely.
for sure.
One
More
time,
than once.
I would
Yeah.
do it.
Dude, I saw the new Twister,
Is
and
it
I'm
good?
like,
No.
I thought it was okay.
It sucked.
It's not.
It's not as good
You
as the
can't go in
original to me.
expecting it to live up to the original.
It sucked.
You can't. But I'd start that business where I'm gonna go in
Like
and-
a hobby.
No, like a
Like trying to
a
kill
side
tornado.
gig.
You haven't seen it, so you don't.
No, yeah, that was a good idea. By the way, I guess I don't know.
Well, I looked that up, like the science.
Doesn't work.
So it actually could. Scientists say it could work. Meteorologists,
They're predicting.
Hey,
but
there's a
they said that
50%
you would
chance this will
But
work.
for that actually to work, you would need like
Millions of pounds.
Yeah, it was like you would need like tons and tons of truckloads.
You'd have to
like
bring in,
semi
like,
truckloads of it to do
50
like it would-
semi trucks. or
Yeah,
something.
yeah. And so it's like it's while technically it could work,
Theoretically possible, but
it's
not realistic.
right?
Yeah.
because-
Kind of like
It's not
transhumanism.
feasible. I don't know what that
I
word
don't
Like
know
means.
what-
in
I
a
don't know what that
vacuum.
You don't know what that is? Okay,
It works
so
in a vacuum.
You don't got to.
Don't
it's
go
really
in a rabbit
fascinating.
hole. if-
It's about like trying to not die. You know, like your body being downloaded into a computer and living on for like
okay.
y'all know. You don't. Okay, transhumanism's a big thing right
Or
now.
like
I also
Ted
saw a
Williams,
reel
like,
that
freezing
said
his
like
head.
the last 7 minutes.
Yeah, that's kind
your
of-
brain
that's part
just
of
replays
transhumanism.
memories of your life. But it's not true. But that's what that sounds like to me.
Yeah.
I always thought it'd be cool though if I had my memories on a jump drive.
Yeah. Like a little downloaded.
Yeah, like I could just watch it. Like, man, that was fun.
You know something that I've always wanted to know. This is not.
Is that not
this
what
is
we're
not
doing on podcast?
This is not as deep as that. I've always, and you're a math person, so you might appreciate this. I don't know. I've always wished that I had like statistics of my life.
Oh yeah.
So like,
Yeah, dude,
you know
like
how
some
much
data.
you know how many like how much I would love to know how many steaks I've eaten in my life.
Dude, we could
And just,
do
and
it.
just like stuff like that, and just like
We
how
could
many
sit
times
down.
have I eaten at Chick-fil-A?
Ben
Or
is,
like how many times have I like screamed at a person while driving down the road in my life?
We could get
You know
a
what I
good.
mean? Like,
we could get a good
asphalt.
estimate. If you will take some data, we could get some. We could get a decent.
yeah, but like
estimate.
stuff
He
like
doesn't
that
wanna take the
changes
data.
throughout your life. Like
yeah,
you know,
it does. But we could do some math on that. Yeah.
that's
Can I
funny.
make a
I
comment?
want to know how much
about-
time I've spent in the restroom.
yeah, that's another one. Like that, like how,
Like-
how
Oh, they
my
have
entire
reports
life.
on that.
It has increased since I had children.
They have
that's,
estimations.
You know, since
Like-
I've had kids.
on purpose.
They take like the average amount of time someone goes to the bathroom throughout their, and then
Yeah.
they have like
Yeah, but that's
Yes,
probably
please.
really low for
That
me. 'Cause
yeah,
I spend a lot
because
of time with
that
else.
that includes people that don't have kids or dads that don't like. If once you become
that's
a
true.
father,
That's true. They kind of cancel each
it's
other
like
out.
you know what? I'm gonna hang out.
And does it take into effect like someone with self-diagnosed IBS probably spends more
We
time.
went to high school
Yeah.
with somebody that we've referenced on this podcast before because he really liked Coca-Cola. That guy, you know,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know that guy.
that dude was like a speed pooper.
I've never
Like,
seen somebody that can do that like you
I
do.
couldn't wipe as fast as he
I
could
couldn't
poop.
pee as quick as he
Like
could
it
poop
was,
and wipe and get
it
out.
was crazy,
We got
man.
yeah,
My kid poops fast.
mine too.
I don't.
She
But
It's because they're just so ready to get to the next thing.
is that what it is? And we're
Yeah.
like, nah, this is a break.
Yeah, we're like the next thing sucks.
Yeah.
So I feel bad for meteorologists
Wow. They're getting paid bukus of money to be wrong every day.
because they're trying to make a prediction of things, and there's a certain significant other in my life that thinks I should be able to predict or schedule when I go to the bathroom.
Yeah, dude.
You can.
You can.
You train
Right.
your body.
You
I don't
train.
think
Because
he,
I always get
I don't
this
think
comment.
Chris can.
I always
You
get
know,
this
how many,
comment.
you know how many pairs of
Do your wife say this to
shorts
you?
he's ruined?
Yeah, for real. You always go to the bathroom at the worst time.
Yeah,
Do
I've
y'all
heard
get that comment?
I
Oh,
get
yeah.
that.
I get
and
that.
I always say,
I don't get that.
I can't. IBS, baby. IBS.
So,
Savannah
but
just
I
like-
always say, you know this Griffin stomach.
Savannah always
I'm
just
gonna
says
say
like, "There's
that.
no
You know this
way
Griffin's stomach."
that you're going the whole time you're in there." But I really do. Like I'm a slow dude. Like I gotta have some time.
I always say, well, if you try to hurry it up, that's when you get
Ha-
hemorrhoids.
Have you ever tried the poop stool thing? That
the
apparently-
squatty potty thing.
Have we talked
got
about this
one.
Yeah,
on
we've
here,
talked about
haven't
squatty
we?
That's the best invention ever, man.
We've talked about it.
Squatty
Squatty
potties rock.
potty, man.
If you don't have a squatty potty at home, get one. Squatty potty hook us up for a ad promotion.
That's a weird way. Okay.
But let me say this.
No.
Have you ever made, I want to say it anyways, have you ever made
I know you will.
a prediction about the toilet paper? Thinking,
What?
that's enough. That's enough to make it.
Oh, I never know how much toilet paper. Dude, I don't know if this happens to y'all. I don't know. I'd like to know this statistic on me personally. How many times have I went to wipe and my finger goes through the toilet paper?
That does.
I'm not. How do you wipe? You wipe with your fingers sticking straight.
I think that I use more toilet paper than you because that's never happened. Like
no, it doesn't matter. It
I think
doesn't
I use
matter.
too. I think I use too
matter
much
how
toilet paper
much.
because
I think we wipe differently.
yeah.
I ain't gonna say like
maybe you
never
should
happened,
trim
but-
your nails, man.
No, dude, I do. I have short nails. It's not. I don't know. I think my fingers are just too strong.
Oh man,
Well, think about it.
that was beautiful.
How do
I'm
you,
trying.
how do you teach your kid to what? Like, I don't remember my dad sitting down and being like, "Look, you need to wrap it this way." You
That's
need
what,
to do
dude.
this."
Nobody knows.
Exactly.
Nobody knows.
I'm
You got-
just
some
guessing
things
on-
you gotta
just-
figure
I
it
could
out.
be doing
You
it
just-
wrong.
you know.
At the end of the day, I know my butt's clean, and sometimes my finger goes through.
Sometimes
toilet
my
paper.
finger's not. You know?
I felt like that.
Y'all ever see? I don't remember which stand-up special it's on, but Burt Kreischer talks about. He's like, "You ever spit on it? It's called a Alabama wet wipe."
So gross.
I thought that was the funniest thing I've ever heard.
That's
I'm
so
done.
nasty.
So up here at this store that we're close to, I went in to use the restaurant early in the morning. We were going fishing actually, so it was like
Always.
Which
4:30.
the
the one in Lula,
Okay,
The only.
the Lula convenience
Dude,
store.
there's
What's
some-
it called? Right?
Lula Grocery.
Lula Grocery. Lula
Dude,
Grocery.
So I
you
go
drive
in
by
there.
that place, like there looks like some guys that used to sell CDs and maybe some Lieutenant Dan's. I'm not even kidding.
My dead grandfather used to go there every day. Jason, thank you.
I said some guy. I didn't say every guy. I'm talking about the ones
that's,
I've seen a lot
outside.
of your family
Hey.
members in there.
Yeah,
That's on the East Hall side of the tracks.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. We
hang out over
that's,
there,
That's
you
not
know?
in Banks County.
You know
That's
what's
East
funny?
Hall. Okay.
Yeah.
What's funny is we drive by and Anna's always like, Lula, like that place looks so sketchy. Like we're in Lula. I said, baby, this is East Hall territory.
My dad, you know,
You're in Lula. What do you
bridge,
think?
the bridge right there in front of it. Y'all remember when my dad took a school bus across that thing?
Dude, that is
A
not
full
nuts, man.
size school bus.
That's-
I went
nuts.
over it recently on my van for the kids, and I was like, "This is
iffy.
sketch."
Yeah, I don't go over it in my truck.
Anna's like, "We should not be doing this." I said, "Well, it doesn't say close."
Well, I feel like it was
Doug
closed
Thacker
for
did
like
with a loaded
4
school
years,
bus.
and then all of a sudden they were like, "It's all right."
They didn't change it.
I don't think so either. That's
it
what I'm
looks the
saying.
same.
Well, it
came up with a
hasn't
stat.
failed yet.
We painted
Yeah.
it.
yeah, it's like I don't feel like this is safe. We don't care
So-
anymore.
they
so-
closed it for 4 years and said we hadn't had anybody fall through it in 4 years.
Yeah.
so we're
Should be
good.
I saw a guy walking on it the other day. I'm sure it's fine.
Statistics
Like,
are good. It's gonna be
Yeah, we're
so.
fine.
I go in there at 4:30 in the morning on the way to go fishing because a monster jumped on the truck and somehow jumped on my back.
Okay.
And so I go in there to fight this monster. I go in there and I make predictions about how much TP's there.
Okay.
It's not enough.
Yeah.
Come to find out.
Yeah.
That sucks.
So
Chris walks out of the store in just his t-shirt again.
I actually
Heard this before.
This happens so much.
This is like Chris's life, dude.
So I actually pulled up my pants because it was, somewhat manageable.
Yeah.
I had beat some of the monster. So I go out there and I take a full thing of toilet paper they're selling and I take it into the bath.
Did you pay for it? Did you pay for it?
No,
What'd they say?
it is their job
What'd they say?
to provide toilet paper for the bathroom.
Did you buy something from the store?
Oh yeah, like a couple energy drinks.
Oh yeah, I always
Okay.
buy stuff,
All right,
and that's
you
that cycle. Like when I worked on the road, like in sales, I always felt bad about even just like peeing, and so it's like this horrible cycle because like I would be about to bust, like, I gotta go pee,
Yeah.
and like, I gotta buy stuff, so I buy a drink.
Dude, you
And
pee in bathrooms on the road?
I don't pee in my pants.
Dude, just stop and open the back door, open the front door, and let it rip.
On the
Take a chip.
expressway.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
I don't
dude.
do that in a company truck. But anyways,
Dude, I pee anywhere, man. Like it's like
I'm peeing right now.
like
But-
privacy. Like I don't really need it.
so did the and you may not remember this or not.
You live on
but
a main road too.
Yeah.
dog.
Did
I don't
the
care.
bathroom have like paper towels or was it like a blow dryer situation?
I don't remember.
Because like that would be my thing. I would
I
get
would look
paper
to
towels.
paper
and
towels.
use those.
Yeah, I don't know. That's rough.
My finger
man.
would go through that for
Dude,
sure.
I get aggravated when we run out of stuff that's non-perishable that we need all the time. Like you should, in my frame of mind, there's some certain things you should never run out of toilet paper because you can buy as much as you want. You're gonna
Now
use
you
it.
can. Now you
Like
can.
you can. You
There
know,
was a
And
time you couldn't.
Yeah, that's
Like-
why there's a shortage in toilet
like
paper.
toothpaste never should run out of toothpaste. Like you're
yeah.
gonna use it. Let's just buy 12 of them bad boys every time we go.
Costco. Let's go.
Like every time. Like I get so frustrated when I
what
walk in.
about paper towels? Do you feel like you should not run out of paper towels?
Yeah,
See
you
if
shouldn't run out of paper.
use those?
Like that should just like every week we go to
We
the
don't
store.
use paper towels that much.
My thing is though, man,
just
we go
like
just
through
get it.
a whole roll in a day.
humanity existed for thousands of years
Without it.
toilet paper.
Yeah, but they
Like, I
also
don't-
let the
And
bubonic
most of the
plague
world
kill
today-
a third of the population of Europe.
Most of the world
Yeah.
today
They're
does not
nasty.
use toilet paper.
Well, but like that's not all of history.
What?
History has like
Yes.
progressed and then regressed.
I mean,
like
but I'm just
Think
saying,
about this. If
like,
you go to a lot of the Eastern world, okay, you go there, they have a hole in the ground, a bucket of water, and a cup inside that bucket.
life
That's
expectancy.
it. You poop, you squat, you poop, you get water with the cup, you pour it on your butt. Next.
Yeah, that's stupid. That's nasty.
well, yeah,
I agree.
You know,
But
That's
that's
gross.
how a lot of the world
I'm not
does
saying
it.
that I want to
today.
live that way.
because
What I'm
someone
saying though
else-
is if
someone
I'm
else
going
does
to
it
hoard
wrong.
something, I'm going to hoard life sustaining things: food, water,
you talked
medicine.
about that. Yeah.
Toilet
But
paper is
we're
not
not-
life sustaining.
We're not hoarding. We're just saying there's
Preparing?
no reason to run out.
Oh, I understand what you're saying. You're saying is, but what I'm saying is like people that every time there's an emergency, whether it's COVID, whether it's like a port strike this
We
week,
all go get toilet paper.
everybody runs. Like, I'll starve to death, but I'll have the cleanest butt in the cemetery. You know, like it's like I just don't understand
And
that.
milk. Like,
That'll
why are
just-
you getting so much milk?
It's
It
gonna
goes
go bad.
bad.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't
That's-
even drink milk, man.
I don't
Like,
anymore either. I think I'm.
I mean,
like
honestly,
bread.
I'm getting dip, and everything else can just come as it comes.
Yeah.
You know, like it just, we can do without a lot of things.
I'm wanting Coke Zeros.
You can't do without food and water and shelter. You have
you-
those three things, you can survive.
Chris wants.
So,
You want
hey,
to what?
this is
Hold on,
great.
hold on. You want to what?
Coke Zeros.
Are you like a middle-aged mom? Like,
Hey,
love
what are
Coke
you
Zeros,
doing?
man.
I mean, we were talking about the other day, like middle age is. We're closer to middle age than
We are, dude.
than
we
the
are. Are we
perception.
not middle aged?
We're,
but
we're
like
middle-aged.
Well, when you have
Usually
my, when you when you have my
72
BMI, I am past middle age. You know,
when you
Our
when-
life. Let's be honest. What's our life expectancy?
in the United
70?
States, it's like 72, 73.
Okay, so,
so
we're
pretty close to
We're
middle
approaching it, even though
we're at halftime.
in
Almost.
your in your mind when you say middle age, you think 50s, but that's just
Guys,
not
I had
logical.
like driving to the zoo the other day. I had like a freaking crisis. Like it, I don't know why it just dawned
Well,
on
the
me.
first crisis is you had to go to the zoo.
yeah,
But
it's
go
like,
ahead.
dude, I was
Why'd
so
you go
mad
to Atlanta? Why didn't you go to
because it's
Greenville?
better. Greenville's small, dude.
Yeah,
I,
but
Yeah,
It's-
but
oh.
it's
yeah, I know. I agree. Like I was cussing driving there. Like
Yeah.
I've driven here for 5 years, sitting in this freaking traffic. I don't, like, why did we go to? But like the
hate
kids want to
Atlanta.
go to Atlanta because Atlanta's better.
their
It is
happiness
better.
don't matter.
Dude, my
So-
kids went to a zoo as well.
I do the opposite.
But
The opposite.
anyways, none of this matter. What the point is I had a realization that like Hudson is halfway to 18 years old, and I feel like he's been alive for like 5 minutes.
Golly.
And I just, dude, I'm not ready for that.
Man.
Like
Yeah.
I'm not, like I can't handle.
How
that.
many years before he's in middle school?
Grayson will be in middle school next year.
Golly,
But-
man, that's crazy.
But like that's just,
wild.
I like as much as we like talk about we extend pooping so we can hide from our kids and all, dude. I'm not ready
no way, dude.
for like my kids to grow up.
I don't know. I'm
Like,
ready for mine. Like
When they're babies, you're ready to get out.
Well,
of
I
them.
was counting it up the other day. So me and Allison had our last baby. We're 34. So this kid's not leaving for so long. Like
You're about that. You're about the
18
age my
years.
dad was when they
he's
had
gonna
me.
be so. He's just gonna be there. You know, like we're gonna be trying to like go do stuff, and we're like, oh, Graylin, he's got practice or some bull crap.
we
I'm
got a
like,
1-year-old, so I got you.
Yeah, dude. Like we're gonna be so old. I'm like, Allison, when are we gonna live our
But
life?
think
Dude,
about
I
this.
think- I think if I
but
had a
when
bigger house, I would
yours
have
get
another one.
18, you're going to be at retirement age. I'm
Oh, I
still going to be
know.
like 10 years old.
Yeah, I'm gonna be literally ready to retire when my kid is like, but he's still gonna be there. So then I'm like, oh,
But I think about how short our life is to what Ben's talking about. Like when my kid graduates high school,
yeah,
man, I'm almost going to be done in my career.
dude, I'm glad.
Like, that's
I
not
don't,
like-
I mean,
I
that's
don't,
that's why I quit my job. I'm dead serious, man. It's like, and this is freaking depressing, but like, because life's short, man.
Man,
and
life's
I
short,
and
bro.
your kids are only young once.
I would
And
love. I'm all right. I'm all right. You take me out about 72. I'm good with that.
Life's a garden, dig it.
I just
You know, it's just
home is where you make it. You know?
That's Joe Dirt.
I'm, like,
Hey,
I gotta
life's-
enjoy it. But 70, I think after 70 years, I'm just gonna be like, I'm ready for something new.
I think it's just about what your quality of life is at whatever
Encore
age.
career.
Like because you say that, but like my dad is 60. He'll be 69 next month, and so that's like only 3 years older than him. But my dad, like we go hunting all the time together. We play tennis. I mean, so I think as long and knock on wood, anything.
But
can
his
happen.
quality of life with his career is
But
very
like, but what
good.
I'm saying is like right now, I mean, anything can change tomorrow, and you know, and I hope it doesn't. But like right now, he has a good quality of life. He's healthy enough that he can still do things. My and I talked to this man about this the other day. My grandpa, I never had because my dad will meet us like at the ball field and he'll play first, like so Hudson can throw the ball across, and have somebody to throw to when I'm hitting him with ground balls instead of just throwing it in a net.
That's awesome.
And I told Savannah, like, my grandpa, I never had that with him. Like, I had a great relationship with my pawpaw, but like, he died when he was 72. That's only 3 years older than my dad. But like, even before that, he was in such bad health. I never threw a ball with him.
They work.
He was so different. He seemed so old.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just like perception, because like, he literally wasn't good enough.
What did he do for a living?
Well, so when he was in the Air Force, and then when he got out, he actually was a butcher for a few years while he was finishing college, and then he worked for Lee Arendelle. He was a counselor at Lee Arendelle for his real career.
Lee Arendelle, baby.
But anyways, so it's just, I think it's about quality of life. What you're saying. So like, if I get to be 72 and I'm as bad off as my grandpa, like my grandpa was on dialysis like 3 or 4 days a week. I mean, and so he actually decided to stop going, and he chose to take himself off of dialysis and all of his medicine, and he lasted like a week and then died because like, he had a horrible quality of life. But like, if I'm still healthy enough to hunt and fish and play with my grandkids,
but the older you get, you see you start to think about that. Like,
my grandma's
what
91.
quality of life am I going to have?
My grandma.
No, y'all are going way deeper than I'm going. I just think I'm going to be tired.
Dude, well, I'm already
Well, that's
tired,
because
brother.
you have a newborn.
Well,
and
no,
you're in this stage of life, Ryan, where you're like, I just need. If you fast forwarded 6 months, man, I'm a new person.
No, dude, I'm saying, what is this world like? After at that point, I've raised children. Hopefully, I'll have some grandchildren. I've seen that. I've worked, had a career, had a family, wife I love. What's left? There ain't nothing left. Let's just go ahead and
but
call it.
those grandkids. I mean, your grandkids aren't gonna be old when you're
Let me
72,
put on.
man. Like,
Let me put on the pastor hat for a minute.
Also, I
Ryan.
don't want to be a granddad all the time. Like, keeping babies at home some. Like, I've done that enough.
I will say this at Harvest, okay? The best thing about Harvest is we have a lot of like people who are retired, and they're looking for somewhere to put their time, energy, and volunteer. Like they need, and it's like a great thing for us, in the church, because like they're pouring their life into something they think is worthwhile, meaningful. And they're the huge part of our volunteer force at our churches, because, and they love on our kids, our youth, like our missions, like they day-to-day operations, like because they're in a place in life where they want to do that and they can do that.
that's how my mom goes.
Maybe.
And my mom is
like maybe be a missionary somewhere,
my mom is a better person. My mom is a better person than I'll ever be.
About Jesus.
But my mom goes every week and plays the piano for like the people at Magnolia Hills and Haversham. It's like a old person. And so I've always told her, like, and I'm proud that she's like that caring, that she likes to do stuff like that and take care. I've always told her though, but like, because you like going there so much, like as soon as you're of age, I'm putting you in there. Like, I ain't wiping your butt.
Dude, that's funny. I always told my dad, I was like, how you treat me from here on, that determines where you go.
A lot.
As far as you want to go to a nice retirement home,
Y'all are,
because I ain't wiping your butt.
Or you want BJC.
guys, y'all are good people. I tell my dad, I'm like, hey, your life insurance policy runs out at 69. If you make it a day past, I'm pissed.
That's terrible.
It's a joke. I love my father.
Dude, I'm too superstitious to say stuff like that, man. Like,
I'm not
he's in a
superstitious,
very stressful
but I am a
profession,
little
so
stitious.
chances
Yeah,
are.
that's true.
All right. So earlier, Ben, you were talking about your wife liking to watch the weather, and my wife is the same. So I thought it'd be fun to talk about crap our wives watch.
but your wife is scared of storms, right?
Oh,
and so
yeah,
Savannah, she's not as bad as she first. When Savannah and I first got together, she was deathly afraid of storms. So she would like cry if it was like a lightning. Like, it was awful. She kind of grew up, but
Y'all did
she's
get married
still
young.
she's gonna be so mad for me to say this. The last day we were in school before we got out for Helene that Wednesday.
Yeah.
So like there was a tornado warning in Haversham. And she like cried from her students.
No.
And I text her.
Poor kids. Kids are going to be flipping
I'm
out.
sorry, Savannah. I didn't mean to laugh that hard.
I text her like while it's going on, and I was like, "It's not even near you. You need to suck it up."
For the kids, Savannah, for the kids.
Well, I told you, I got home and I was tasked with taking shelves out of the hall closet to make sure it was spacious enough.
My wife's the opposite. She's like, I'm ready.
Let's be honest. If you're in elementary school and your teacher's losing it,
that would freak me out.
What
I'm
happened?
sitting there, if
What
I'm in the
happened?
second grade and I look up and Miss
Thacker.
I don't remember who it was, but Miss somebody's like just crying and her eyes out, I'm gonna be like,
and
oh,
you know
no.
there's a storm,
I'm
Something
like,
happening.
we all dying. We gonna die today.
Oh, man.
I'm praying. I'm praying, my little 7-year-old, Lord, please deliver us from the evil. The thunder.
Oh, man.
There's the evil, Lord. Deliver us from that.
But I thought it'd be funny to talk about crap our wives watch. And
Saint Anne.
I had the thought that Chris probably watches it too, so that'll be good.
Let's keep a tally. So let's go through and talk about the things our wives watch,
and see how much Chris watches.
and see how many Chris watches.
This will be a great game. All right, so this one.
I'm going under. Whatever y'all say. I don't think he's going to watch any of these.
So the first one I have is Love Off Grid.
I don't know that one.
I've never even heard of that.
So there's the first 4 are like weird dating shows.
Is this the one with Alabama?
Yes. This is
so
weird. I
So
don't
basically, it's people that want to live off the grid, want to rely just on themselves, you know. So and they've got all like people in Alaska, and then the person that they're hooking up with or whatever, or dating or potentially marrying, is someone who lives in the city and is like going to go move with them off the grid. I didn't watch it long enough to know what happens.
Yeah.
But there was this one cat who was from like Calhoun, Georgia,
Let's go.
and bought this tract of land in Alabama, in like North Alabama. And I think he was just building like a combine cult type thing, because he's like, he says some inappropriate things. But anyway, this woman is going to move with him, and then he's talking about, I'm building this. I'm going to build a school there. I'm going to build this there. I'm going to build that there, and we're going to populate this place. He's like, so we're looking for a third, maybe a fourth person to join the relationship.
Yeah, he's trying to.
So
It's a Mormon cult thing.
And to my wife's defense, she did not watch that long. She just saw Love Off the Grid. She clicked it, and then she started watching it.
How are they hooking up on that show? Is it like a dating website?
I don't know.
Because that's ironic if it is being like an off the grid.
Yeah, dude's still got a phone.
So what about
But in my wife's defense, she turns it on, doesn't know what she's watching, and I come in there and I'm like, I hear this guy talking and the things he's saying. I'm like, what cult stuff are you watching? Like, what is going on?
That's crazy.
She said, I don't know what. I clicked on. I
mean, he's in Georgia. He might listen to this
No, he's in
podcast.
Alabama.
Look, the only reason I don't watch that is because I haven't found it.
So what about like what's the
Gilmore Girls?
yeah, my wife loves it, but
I definitely watch
so
Gilmore
Gilmore
Girls.
Girls, but she loves Grey's Anatomy is her favorite show.
I used to watch that in college.
But anything. What's the channel that has like the
Hallmark?
no T.
Hallmark.
TH, not THC. That's
TLC.
TLC.
THC something
But
different.
like 1,000-Pound Sisters
I don't
and the
want
one
no love.
and the one with the little people, big world.
TLC.
I hate all those shows.
Oh, I do
Yeah.
too.
Those
but
are dumb.
Savannah loves them.
Little People, Big World. You don't like that?
When
No.
dude,
What about Sister Wives? She loves that.
I ain't watching
That's
that.
crazy, too.
That guy's a freaking
did
weirdo.
they watch Honey Boo Boo back in the day?
Dude, that's
Probably.
great,
She used to love
man.
Dance Moms when it was like
Oh my
big.
God,
Yeah. See, those shows, they're targeting.
I want to make a lot of
What
people
about-
mad with this one. I see a correlation between dance moms and kids, parents who have kids that play travel ball.
You're in the room with one, right?
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Well, Molly's doing gymnastics, so we're not far from it, man.
I mean, I don't
Dude, you're
care.
on your way.
Dance
dude.
dads.
Dance dads.
You gotta spin and stop. Point your toe.
But no, I mean, there's not a lot that Savannah likes that I do. Like,
Oh, we watched one. It was-
I will watch Grey's Anatomy. We don't watch new
No,
episodes.
I don't
It
feel.
was
Yeah, but that
called-
stuff's not. I don't think that's what we're talking. I think we're talking about
like
like
the reality.
yeah, like Love Is Blind.
Y'all ever
Dude,
watch?
yes,
This is a
yes.
slippery
Stanley
slope.
likes
Y'all
Love
ever-
Is Blind. That's so stupid.
Y'all
I've
ever
never
watch?
seen that.
So, Ryan, what does your wife watch?
Man, she's went with Love Is Blind. She watched at least a season of that. And then what's the one where they like come from other countries over
I don't
to
watch dating
America,
shows, dude.
and it's like 90 Day Fiance.
Oh yeah, my wife.
I can't get into any of that stuff.
Yeah,
No,
well,
no,
yeah,
why
no,
would you?
no one does.
Why would
But
you?
then they. So I see all these things. They try to act like we're into it. No, we're just doing our husband duty of watching this with you for the sake of being with you. And then when we have a question, because there's nothing else going on, you're like, oh, you're into this. I'm like, no, I hate these people so much that like I want them to fail.
But tell me
watch
what
that stuff.
what
If Sarah tries
happened
to watch
in,
it, I don't.
Yeah, you're asking a question.
I go to the
Like,
garage.
they keep talking about Mexico City. What happened in Mexico City?
yeah.
I just want to know.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. Because if I have
fill
to
me
sit
in.
here, I want to know the situation so that when
well,
you
Now,
like,
and it's
she'll be watching it. She'll be like, ooh, and I'm like, what's going on? Was that like a hot
in Mexico
topic?
City, he saw his ex. And
what
they
about The
talked. They
Bachelor
went
and
out for a drink.
Bachelorette?
Yeah, I'm like, these people.
I didn't watch that.
Savannah used to love The Bachelor and the
Oh yeah,
Bachelorette.
Bachelor and Bachelorette.
Now
yeah,
there's
not
the
into
Golden
that.
Bachelor and and it's just like
That's crazy.
I have
Yeah.
a theory on why all that stuff sells. So, and like they know what's going to happen in The Bachelor. Every Hallmark movie that a woman watches, I ruin them for my wife. I try to. Like she starts watching, and I'm
think
like,
Hallmark ruined.
I was
them.
like, you know what's going to happen? Yeah, I know what's going to happen. But the reason women watch all that because we're terrible husbands. They have terrible husbands, and that's what they like.
My
It's
dad-
a catharsis experience.
my
of,
dad has
that's what I
always-
want, and I don't have it.
My dad has
you know?
always called the Hallmark Channel the man bashing channel
you
because
go.
like men are like always a villain on the Hallmark Channel.
Yeah.
Like it's like
and poor
except for the one guy in the small town who never left.
and poor Allison. She
That's
gets
us.
she gets to watch. she has to watch them
Just
in
unromantic.
like 5-minute clips because that's the only time she sits
I was about to
down.
say,
I'm
Allison ain't getting to
like,
watch nothing
No,
lately.
it's crazy. She's
Poor
just
Allison.
like,
Like, I'm watching season 1
Yeah.
of Love Is Blind.
Yeah.
That was 3 years ago. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm on episode 2.
Allison, we at the point now. Allison cleans for a long time. Like this, we're like, hey, let me do a task. Just let me go do this task, so that I'm like, yeah, I got the. I asked her yesterday. I was like, hey, you want the kids or you want to clean? She's like, I'll clean.
Yeah. I'm telling you, I can't get into those shows. I just can't.
No, they're terrible. They're
Chris,
so bad.
Chris, what are some shows you watch? And I'll see. My
Yeah.
wife probably watches them.
Do you watch shows?
he watches fishing. I know that
Yeah,
because like
I like fishing.
Dude,
shows.
I have a vivid memory of falling asleep on my couch when fishing was on when I was a kid, and I had a dream. Me and Bill Dance were fishing.
That's awesome.
He fell out the boat with his Tennessee hat.
Let's just do. Well, I don't know. I feel like I don't know.
So there's a show we used to when Watson was born. It was in Alabama, small town. It was the girl. She was like a doctor that moved there. You don't know this show? There's
Heart of,
Oh,
Call
Heart
of
of
the- Call
Dixie.
of the
Heart
Heart
of Dixie.
That was a
I
great
never,
show.
I
watched
never
it.
watched it, but Savannah liked
I watched it because Scott Porter, not your dad, was in Friday Night Lights.
yeah.
Jason Street, he was in it, so I watched it.
That was a good show.
It was not. It was not a good show.
I thought it was great.
Savannah watched it.
none of them
I
were good.
never.
We like that one.
As the girl with the eyebrows.
I think most women have.
No,
eyebrows.
she's got really like aggressive
like
eyebrows.
Anthony Davis.
I don't get it.
What's her name?
I have no idea. I'm really
Anthony
bad with
Davis?
names.
Ra-
Unibrow?
Rachel Bilson.
And never.
Ain't that her name?
Never heard of her.
Sounds
in my
right.
life.
I'm gonna pull up
Virgin
a pic-
River. We like to watch Virgin River.
Never heard.
I
I
so
mean,
on Netflix.
I watched the
I thought
first
that was a
season of
movie.
that when it first came out with Savannah.
It's on Netflix.
What's something like off the beaten path that maybe y'all watch?
that I watch
Yeah, anybody. Yeah,
off the beaten path.
Chris
Yeah,
probably.
it's
Chris,
probably
you
not
like
mainstream.
Power, Lord of the
do
Rings,
you
Power
like-
of the Ring. That's stuff.
Game
Do
of
you
Thrones
like
and crap?
Doomsday
No.
Preppers?
I bet he does.
I used to
what?
love Doomsday
Oh.
Preppers, man. Doomsday
know
Preppers,
Doomsday
like I
Preppers.
didn't
My
watch it
new
because
favorite thing to watch
but I thought it was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
is
But like,
the epic gardening thing.
Of
All the
course.
YouTube stuff. That's my favorite.
So I started watching this it's called like Contraband Seized at the Border.
Oh yeah,
It's like Border Patrol agents.
Yeah,
And they're so good.
Yeah.
They're like, this guy sniffed twice. Like, I'm pretty sure he's hiding something.
Yeah.
Guys like smuggling exotic animals
God.
from the States to Mexico.
Dang,
It was
that's
crazy. And they're like, oh, this pallet has an inconsistency.
yeah.
The little blocks on the bottom are a little bit bigger than they're supposed to be. They're like, I'm like, what?
Was
How
it
do you
the-
know that?
Was it the Lion King?
He drills it in.
Not the Lion King, the Tiger King.
No, it wasn't him.
I did watch Tiger King.
He drills it in,
That was like a COVID watch.
and then
Yeah,
the drill bit comes out, and he's like, yep, cocaine.
yeah,
And they found like millions of dollars worth of cocaine like hidden in these pallets.
Yeah.
But my biggest problem with all of them, and people like smuggle Xanax across and stuff,
Yeah.
they always get them. They're like, you got anything on you? They're like, no. Well, we're about to search you because you seem a little,
Little iffy.
they're like, no, I don't got nothing. And then they go in the search for 10 seconds. They're like, yep, got it all.
got it.
My biggest issue with all of it is like, no, these people that smuggle stuff in,
Yeah,
they always sit them down and they're like, yeah, we're probably just going to take the stuff and give them a warning. And I'm like, what?
What?
This guy just smuggled in, I don't know, 10 grand worth of Xanax. And you're like, yeah, we might get some information out of him. So they ask him, like, who'd you get it from? And they're like, I don't know, John Doe. And they're like, all right,
Dude,
if we catch you again, we might ask you more questions. You know, like it was like, I'm like, that is dumb.
they're taking it and they're being like, hey,
No, one time they were
What do
like,
y'all think we could sell this for?
what do you think we could sell this for?
They
One-
can't be making a lot of money down there.
well, one time he's like, all right, so here's what you're going to do. This is your first time doing this? And of course you're going to say, yeah. She's like, yeah. He's like, you're going to walk over there across the bridge and you're going to throw them away in that trash can.
What?
And they watch her do it. And they're like, all right, you're on the list. We're going to be checking you.
Yeah,
next
old
time."
girl
On
texting
the
somebody
list.
like, hey, it's in this trash can over here.
He's like, no,
for
dump them out of the bag. She's like, okay. And then he's like, now throw the bag in there. I was like, what? This is so if you,
This
don't,
sounds like The Office and Border Patrol.
Yeah.
put
This is
together.
Reno 911. Are you sure that's not what you're watching?
Yeah, for real.
Like, that's crazy,
I was
dude.
like, how did they have a job?
Yeah. What about like YouTube video? What you?
Chris only lives on YouTube.
Chris sends us YouTube reels all the time.
It's like
just-
hard to.
Yeah.
It's just
That cooking channel on YouTube is hilarious. I don't even know what the name of it is.
Oh, dude, what's the deal with kids and watching video games?
That's
man?
the dumbest
dumb.
thing. It
My
is
son
the
does
Oh,
that.
great!
dumbest
There's one. Grayson's like watches some, I don't know, girl play Minecraft.
What
or
are we
something.
missing? What's fun about that?
The guys
don't
that
know,
do that
man.
always have the most annoying voice. Too.
Yeah.
It is awful.
And my
They're
son will be
making-
like, I'll be like, hey, son, it's time to turn TV off. I'll be like, you need to go do something else. He's like, but Dad, I just started watching. I'm like, that's fine. That's stupid anyway. Don't like, why would you watch it anyway? Like, it's stupid. So then I'm like, yeah, I'm just old, but I don't get it either. They're like, they just get excited over. I mean, I know it's just
Like something that you would do, like a kid
Yeah.
playing with Legos, like that kid that's makes the most money on YouTube, just opens toys and plays with
Oh
them.
yeah, that Ryan kid.
I'd never
Yeah.
let Hudson watch that kid.
That's the
just
dumbest
because
thing.
it
So
always
stupid.
bothered me that his parents were making like millions of dollars off of him. So I never.
I would
let-
love to make millions of dollars off my kid.
Yeah,
For real.
it doesn't bother me.
I know, but that's
No, it doesn't bother
like,
the kid. He gets all that stuff. He's living the dream.
I know, but I didn't want to support it. Like I think it's stupid.
Oh,
Like,
I agree with that.
I think it's stupid that the parents were making all that and they didn't do anything other than make a child. Like I mean, I don't
Now,
think they deserve. It. My thing is
act in the.
all of those videos take advantage of kids. I feel like because
Oh, yeah.
kids will click on anything that has a thumbnail that's flashy.
Yeah, they
And
know what
then,
they're
and,
doing.
then, and then they'll leave it playing, and then they get paid from ad revenue. And I just think it takes advantage of kids that aren't old enough to make a decision whether they should watch it or not.
Rylan-
So I just think it's like scamming kids almost
Rylan
and making money
comes-
off of it.
He comes to the house. He's like, "What the skibbity?" I'm like, "Son, you say that again." Like I'm a lose it. Skibbity.
man.
That's
So
just-
never mind.
and now sometimes when I need my
think
kids
that's
to
creepy.
laugh though, I'll be like, "What the skibbity?"
I don't even know what that means.
I don't either. I don't
Skippity
either.
toilet? You don't know
I
Skippity
don't either. I said it in front of some
Never
kids.
heard that in my life.
I said it in front of some kids the other day, and they all like busted out hysterically laughing. I was like, "Oh no, I said
Like 2
something
years
inappropriate."
ago,
But
that
it,
was
apparently
really
it's
funny.
not. I don't think. I
I think
don't
it's
know.
old now.
Yeah, but I was like, "Hey, you know."
I'm not on like I'm not with it,
Yeah,
dude.
I'm not either.
I'm not. No.
The only thing I really like to watch, honestly, is like Netflix or Amazon Prime documentaries. I like the
I
documentaries.
bet you do.
I can appreciate that.
Dude,
I do like
I just
documentaries.
watch sports. I think all the time.
I don't even know. Like I watch.
Dude,
Georgia
that
football.
that I text y'all about when we were out for Helene, that about Vince McMahon.
Oh,
and
is it
WWE.
good?
That was good, man. I
Yeah,
watched all
it is
that.
good.
That
It's
was
wild.
good.
I watch documentaries.
He was the man.
and-
Like,
I mean,
He was like a marketing
genius.
genius. Yeah.
I watch sports and documentaries about street CD salesmen.
You just you watch your videos from your GoPro.
We think Ryan.
Yeah, I mean, I may be on one of their videos. I'm pretty sure, like that guy's like went back and he was like, "Man, I got this guy."
Did he say, "Hey, this conversation will be recorded for training purposes"?
No, honestly, I mean, I
That's
think
funny, dude.
I think he was just like when he said God, guns, and beer. I think there was a heavy emphasis on beer. Like just
Chris said that about recording the other day. The other day, he gets a call, and your phone tells you if it's a scam now,
Yeah.
which is nice. And he answers, and the guy's like talking about I don't even know what the thing was, but Chris is like, I've got a problem. He said my home's covered in blood. And
Yeah.
the guy's like, we can send a specialist out. And Chris is like, you don't understand me. My home is covered in blood. And he's like, he says something like, oh, I understand, sir. And then keeps going on his pitch. And Chris is like, what do I do? And the guy's like, I understand. And then hangs up.
Yeah, dude.
He's like, we could send a specialist out for specialty windows. I'm
Yeah.
like, there's human blood everywhere.
I had one
So
of
you were
those
saying
guys.
that? I thought your like pastoral instincts were gonna take over, and eventually you're gonna be like, no, I am washed in the blood of Jesus.
Are you?
I had one the other day tell me to quit effing wasting his time.
You're calling me?
I said,
Have you-
at which point I said, hey, I'm not wasting your time. Go get a real job.
Have y'all
really?
ever watched the guy that is like a master at like scamming those guys?
I love that.
On YouTube. That's one thing I can. This dude, he's like,
Oh, he's great.
he hacks into their cameras and their systems, and he can like tell them
call
their
him.
real name. He can tell them like what they're wearing, and they'll freak out, dude.
Yeah.
He'll be like,
Oh,
he'll be like,
man.
"Are you sure your name's not this, and you're wearing this?" And they'll like freak out.
They're like, get out of
shit.
here! Like they
and
evacuate
he'll like
calls.
he'll like reverse into their computers and like steal all of their data.
Yeah, he
and delete-
steals
and
their
delete
money.
it off their computers.
It's
It's
awesome, man.
Also,
when
like,
I
what-
got scammed all that money by what I thought was Jackson EMC, $800 gone in 5 seconds by those creeps, I got into that. I started donating to that
Was
guy.
it have you seen the John Shares Bad News guy? Oh, dude, like I guess he gets like he takes in like people will, like email him or whatever and be like, hey, I want you to tell this person this thing. And so he'll call them and he'll be like, hey, is this Susan? And they'll be like, yeah. Hey, you have really bad breath in the mornings. Jim wanted me to tell you that. And they'll be like,
Oh, so it's not anonymous.
no. And he'll be
okay.
like, they'll be like, oh, okay. And he'll be like, why does your breath smell so bad in the mornings? And
That's
dude, it's the
hilarious.
Do
funny.
they pay him to do that?
I don't know. I don't know.
He probably
He's
gets
probably
paid
making
because
money
so
on
many
the
people
content.
watch
Yeah,
it.
it's John Shares Bad News. It's funny.
That's funny.
That's
hilarious.
Dude, another telemarketing story. Well, kind of. So my wife's grandmother, like this is before, I mean, there were cell phones, but everybody still had a house phone.
Yeah.
And she got a call and they kept telling her, like, look, when they call, just hang up.
Yeah.
Just hang up. Tell them to take you off their list and hang up. They're like, that was the line, you know.
Yeah.
Take me off your list. So someone's calling and she's going on the phone. They're like, tell them, you know, she's like, take me off your list. And they're going on and she ends up having this long conversation.
Yeah.
And she eventually hangs up on them. And they're like, what took so long? She said, they said it was my bank. They couldn't take me off their list. And she had a legitimate call from her bank.
From her
It was like,
bank.
take me off the list.
Hey, my bank's never called. Oh, I take that back. Yeah, they did. They tried to
So,
get me to get a credit card.
Yeah,
one
I
time.
think a great money making thing that for like celebrities, I was talking about like making calls. You know, a lot of them have like their own websites. My sister did this my wife did this for her sister for her birthday.
Cameo?
I don't know what that is.
Okay.
Maybe. But it's like you get a celebrity to call them.
Yeah, that's called a cameo.
Is it?
Like,
And
or
do like
it's-
a
Cameo
video,
is the-
like a FaceTime.
Like
Yeah,
we,
yeah.
we
Happy
could
birthday
go, we could go right now and like,
conversation.
you know, the super famous celebs are like more expensive, but like, I don't know, you could probably get some low level.
We paid
celebrity
this
for
guy
a
like
couple
$100
Yeah.
to call.
Yeah.
Well,
hey,
like the thing is with AI now though, is like you'll be able to probably get that pretty soon without having to pay them.
hey, stop. I'm about to do a thing here. Hey, the has-beens will call. We got a lot of kid listeners. The has-beens will all four.
Ryan
call
will
your
come to
kid.
their birthday
Like,
party.
Yeah,
you pay-
I'm not coming to the birthday party, but
How much money would it take for you to go to a has-been fan's birthday party?
That you didn't know anybody.
I didn't know anybody
You just have to show up and like be.
on like a Saturday.
You got to be like the mascot there, like the clown.
on like a
Not, but
Saturday?
you just got to be the home. You got to be you.
I can just.
They like announce you. Like
Yeah.
all the kids are sitting around the front,
And I just-
and they like
from hometown
You got, and you got to hang out the whole time.
and I just get to like go out there and just say
Hang
whatever
out,
I want
and then hang out.
Sure.
and hang. I don't want to hang out.
You got to.
How much money? You let $100. You do it.
No, like 500.
I think that's
$500.
good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, listeners.
For
$1,200
$1,200, we'll all come.
I'm not gonna.
Hey,
Go.
I'm in.
Hey,
I'm
hey,
not gonna go. Y'all can have my share. I'm
you
not
can
going.
listen. I do magic tricks. So if you want to book me
He does.
for a birthday, I got like 3 really good tricks.
I was about to say he got 3 card tricks and
that
he's
are really good. I can do this thing where it looks like I'm taking off my finger for the younger crowd.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
and then I even added my own flair to it. So I got like four 4 solid tricks for kids. I don't know.
We just have a plethora of talents.
Yeah. So I mean,
word.
I would do that for like
SAT word.
200, 150. I don't know how much a magician costs.
Like
I do it
50.
less. I do it for less than a normal magician.
You go price a magician, a real one, and
A real one.
and Jason will come for $50 less.
Yeah. And then if I got to dress up,
It's 25 less.
bucks less.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
I had to buy something.
we go on. We don't go on what we cost. We go on. We're less than the other guy.
At my next birthday party, will you be Benjamin Franklin if I pay you?
No, I'm not dressing up as Ben Franklin. All right, everybody. That's all we got today. Today we learned that if you're bad at something, you should probably get into meteorology. If you're bad at everything, just get into meteorology as a career. And the has-beens will come to your birthday party for $50 less than the other guys. And remember,
It's better to be a has-been than it never was.
Chris Porter won the longest drive in a golf tournament, wrote someone else's name on it. They took home the George Foreman grill. See you next week.
You gotta cut that.
I
But that
will.
is so good.
All right.
You gotta cut it, but it's so good.
The laughter's good. Is that what they're called?
Yes,
Did
that is
sound-
what they're called.
Did it sound like something else?
Yeah.
All right, we gotta wrap it up. I gotta get going. Chris is 30 minutes late.
I have lots of
And we
time to
ranted.
shamelessly walks up there and gets his George Foreman
Grill.
grill.
Hey, grill. He got his grill.
And never said a
Never
word.
said a word
Chris.
about it.
Like, he was just like acting like he actually.
Why would you bring my mom into this?
Hey, Mr. Bro.
Mr. Bro?
No, just they say bro all the time. I'm like, and then I just accept it, and I just start to calling them bro.
Why is he putting me
I don't know, dude. He's one of the.
on? Oh, man.
It is 10 o'clock.